G'day, I'm Justin Duggan. Welcome to everyone from the Sydney Flyfishing website and beyond to my tip today. The tip today is simple, it's reel maintenance. Now, first thing, go and check your reel. Grab your reels and check them over. And what you're looking for is the area between the backing and the portals or the holes. Most reels will have portals or holes in them. If you look at those portals where the backing and the portals meet and the metal, you may see some crystalline deposits, little salty crystals. That is a fair indication that you've got corrosion on your spool. The only way to avoid this is regular maintenance. There is no such thing as a maintenance-free fly reel. It doesn't matter how good the anodizing, how expensive the reel. As soon as salt works its way into the backing and gets between the backing and the metal surface of the spool, there's room for corrosion to start to happen, and once it does, you won't stop it. The idea is to stop it with preventative maintenance as opposed to trying to stop it once it starts. So, how do we prevent it? Firstly, you want to remove your backing regularly. Every 6 to 12 months the backing has to come off the reel. I do that using a drum on a drill. It makes the whole process of taking the line off the reel very, very easy. That drum then goes into a bucket of salt-free water, into a bucket of salt off I should say, or soapy warm water, and I stick it out in the sun to dry for a couple of hours. Once it's dry, I can place it back on the reel. The other preventative maintenance I do is before any backing touches a reel, I take a sponge, a little bit of carnauba car wax, and I wax the whole inside of the spool. What this is doing is giving me an extra line of defense against corrosion. Once that's done, you can place your backing on. Make sure you lock that arbor knot down very firmly, and also make sure that the backing doesn't slip on that waxy surface. That's the only negative with the wax, is it can create a slippery surface. So make sure you really bed your backing knot down properly and make sure that all the backing isn't going to rotate on that spool. The other thing you can do is place a little bit of grease on the counterbalance and the handle screws or pins. They are also vulnerable to corrosion. Remember, this isn't unique to any one manufacturer. This is just reels in general when they're near salt water. One thing I will say, and I don't want to make this sound like some kind of paid advertising space or something for Sage reels, it's not, but something that the Sage reels have and a number of other manufacturers is the ability to firstly quickly remove the spool, but also to soak the spool for as long as you need to after you've been fishing. And the reason being, there's no moving parts or bearings or anything in the spool. It's just basically a spool with a handle on it. So if I soak that overnight, I'm not going to have any issues with water ingressing into the mechanical working parts of the reel. So it makes it a lot easier to get salt out of that backing and to basically maintain the reel. I just soak it overnight or even a couple of nights and then put it out in the sun to dry. The main body of the reel is waterproof, but I would never stick a moving part, like a mechanical part of a reel, into water for any length of time. You're asking for trouble. Just give it a rinse with the drag locked up, place it back out to dry with the drag undone. So we lock the drag up to rinse, we undo the drag to dry it out. Remember, when you store your reels, also to back the drag off. That's my tips for today. I'll leave it at that. There are other tips, of course, and many manufacturers will have different things they want you to do to maintain the health of the reel. But remember, a lifetime warranty on a reel doesn't mean a lifetime free of maintenance. It doesn't work that way. You must maintain your reels regularly and get that backing off. So go and check your reels now, and if you find that corrosion, well, unfortunately you might have learnt the hard way, but I know for sure if I'd learnt this tip 10, 15 years ago, I probably wouldn't have had a box of different reels with corrosion on the spools. So take my advice, preventative maintenance, do the car wax, bit of grease, you'll have your reels for many lifetimes.